I mean, no one needs that right now. Hello everyone and welcome back to the final episode of Careering Onwards for this season with FC Barcelona, or at least the club season anyway. We've still got the World Cup to go, but it's the Champions League final and it's an El Clasico at the San Siro, a fitting site for such an occasion. Yes, after last time, the inevitable but disappointing failure to win La Liga, which at least wasn't as heartbreaking as some of the other end of season things we've had in previous years in this save, was still nevertheless disappointing. But we got a chance to end the season on a massive high as we make the Champions League final once again. We have won this competition 3 times with Liverpool, none with anyone else, so we can win it again today with a 4th time overall for us and the 1st time with Barcelona. That would be very good indeed. But to do so, we have to get past our arch rivals, our bitterest of enemies. It's an El Clasico final against Real Madrid, the team who, if nothing else, we stopped from winning La Liga for what would be, I don't even know, what would it be? It would be like something like 10 times in a row, not quite that bad. It would have been 9 in a row, so at least we stopped that. But unfortunately, it wasn't us that won the title, it was Atletico. But in many ways, that would probably hurt for them even more. Right, I used the press conference to slag off Michael Laudrup, which always is something I'm happy to do, but I'd much rather rub it in his face if we could just win the Champions League. Of course, we already beat them in the Super Copa final, and we knocked them out in the, I want to say it was the semi-final of the Copa del Rey, in order to no, it was not. It was the quarter-final. We knocked them out in the quarter-final of the Copa del Rey, and we went on to win that one. So if we can win this, they won't win anything this season, which would be. And Unax here says that you can sense the nerves amongst our fans today. It's almost like we've already lost. I mean, that's reassuring, isn't it? That's very reassuring. We've only lost like what, 4 games all season. We've lost throughout 5 games. We lost a couple of Champions League group games. We lost the first leg against Chelsea. We lost those 2 league games. But that's it. And, you know, our record against Madrid this season has been really good. Probably will come to an end today, but have a bit more positivity. Right, Santiago Belocchi is going to miss out by 3 days. He's failed the fitness test, and because he had a broken ankle, that's not something that I can even contemplate risking. I'm not even going to have him on the bench. Well, he can be on the bench, just sort of sit there, but he's not coming on. But apart from that, we are at full strength, and actually in some ways Diop has done quite well. And actually, I was thinking about buying a new right winger in the summer if we could, but really Diop's done so well there that him and Belocchi is kind of more than enough, really. And actually it's the Mazzala position, either to sort of replace Havertz or cover for Havertz or whoever else. That's where we need to really strengthen in the attacking areas. Obviously the main place we need to strengthen is the sort of cover and backup for the defence, right back in particular, and then maybe a left winger, maybe another striker, because I'm not convinced by anyone except for Colin. Anyway, the team today: Gordau in goal, Fernandes, Luis, Rubio and Alexander-Arnold the defence, as has been the case all season apart from when Trent was injured. Really, Salvador, Corte and Havertz is the midfield. The only question is really whether we play someone else instead of Havertz, but Diop would be that man, and he's doing well on the right hand side, so he's going to play there. Zivkovic is on the left. Nicholson is, of course, up through the middle. Here we go. Obviously, it'll be a big occasion anyway, but the fact that it's against Real Madrid is makes it all the more sweet. Of course, a team who we have beaten in the Champions League final twice as a manager, both times with Liverpool. The other time was against Manchester United, I believe. So it's a theme. It's a theme. If we're going to do it, it's going to be against them once again. We've been through their team. In the last episode, we played them on the final day of the season. We know everything that they have about them. And, yep, that was a 0-0. Our record against them has been pretty good. We beat them in the league, in the home game of the league. And then, obviously, we knocked them out of the cup on penalties. And it was a pretty destructive one-sided win in the Super Cup. So, I don't know. I think we're probably... That's not worked. That team talk's not worked. I think it's a very, very, very even game. but I think we've got a good chance. We got a free kick early on. Cortez hit the bar. And that's been a bit of a theme recently. We've hit the woodwork at it quite a lot. They've had 3 shots on target apparently, but the only highlight so far was for us. This one doesn't look like it's going to be, although maybe it is. Flint's been robbed by Zivkovic, and it's a weak effort from him. Of course, they're playing Adam Flint at right back, despite the fact that he is probably the best right winger in the world. For some reason, well, I mean, he may be not quite as good as Vujovic, but they're just, because they bought them both at the same time, for some reason, they're insisting on playing both of them, even though one of them is not a defender. Vujovic has scored, but he's offside, I think. Yep, he is. Good, yep. Did that a lot at Liverpool. Done it here today. This first half is disappearing very quickly. I did think about going to 3D, but I don't think we will. Maybe if we're winning, we'll do it for the end. But am I happy with their performance? No one's playing particularly well. I'm saying I'm not happy. Try and fire them up a little bit for this second half. Phil Foden has already punished us once, apparently. It cannot happen again. When was that? It's 0-0. I don't think he has. Vujovic cutting inside. Salvador blocks him off, but it's come to Gomez, and Vujovic does score this time. He is onside this time. And I just have a feeling. I just had a feeling we weren't going to do it. There's still time to go, but not a great start to the second half. Gomez across to the man of many moments for us at Liverpool, Marko Vujovic, gives Real Madrid the lead. It's not really what you want, is it? Get creative. We haven't done anything. Let's go positive. We're gonna be a bit more expressive. I'm gonna go a bit more direct as well. Just try and get a bit of energy into us. It seems like we've really taken failing to win the league to heart, which is understandable, but it was inevitable. The writing was on the wall in recent weeks. Diop with a free kick, fantastic free kick from Amadou Diop, who has come in the absence of Bolocchi, and he's made this position, maybe not his own, but he's certainly done very, very well, and has basically meant we don't need to sign anyone else for the right wing. It's more the left wing and the midfield we need to do something with next season. But anyway, this one's not over yet. Time is ticking away, heading to extra time. The changes seem to have made a little bit of a difference. Seem to be being, a bit more positive. Free kick from Trent has been cleared, and Phil Foden he's through. We don't have many back. Vujovic is in, he's through, and it's Vasquez. It looked like an own goal to me. That was from our free kick. What are we doing defensively there? Talk about bad luck, but brutal counter-attack. I mean, Vujovic just runs through him. Gordao, it's terrible, and Vasquez with one of the easiest goals he's ever going to score. Right, terrible. We're heading for extra time, which would have given us a chance. That was awful. Trent Alexander-Arnold, in what will be his last game as a starter for us, is coming off. I'm bringing on Stojkovic because, yeah. And then Havertz, his last game as well. I'm not renewing his contract because he has been, he's been good, but he's not been great. I don't want to move Diop over, but I guess that's probably what we do. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do something. We're going to put Stojkovic there. We're going to swap him with Corte. Greutner's coming on. Can't believe his luck. He's going to be playing in the Champions League final for the final 10 minutes of one anyway. And we are just going to pray. We're going to have to go very attacking, because there's no, if we concede again, it doesn't make any difference really. We weren't going to score anyway. Zivkovic is not playing particularly well. We'll bring on Torrego. No, I think we'll leave it. We've got a free kick. Diop swings it in. Rubio saved by Guilherme, and that was it. That was the chance. 4 minutes of injury time. Extremely direct. I don't think that's really our style, really. Go a bit wider. That's all we can really do. And just sort of hope that the changes even go through in the time. We've got one more sub. No one's exactly covering themselves in glory today, apart from Diop. This is the biggest problem. Our starting lineup is really good. We have nothing from the bench. We have absolutely nothing from the bench. Ruano should be amazing. He has done nothing all season, and that's really the issue that we have. Like, I'm looking at this. We can make one more change. We should do, but it won't make any difference. And no one here is good enough to bring on. If by some miracle we can get a goal in the next 3 minutes. I don't want to take on anyone else that's on off, 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. We're going to lose the Champions League final for the first time, and it's frustrating that we're going to let Real Madrid win. There we go. We've lost. We've lost to them for the first time this season, and that was not good, really. We didn't really turn up at any point in that, and that is rubbish. That's really the only PG word we can use for that one. Real Madrid win the Champions League, but the thing is, we were the best side. No one really cares about Real Madrid, do they? No one cares. Diop did well. Well done. Big season for him next year, I think. Whether it's in the middle or on the right. Probably on the right as a backup for Bolocchi, to be honest. But good to have someone that can play in both roles too. Let's not dwell on this one. So double disappointment at the end of the season, but at least we did win the Copa del Rey. That's at least something. We go again next season. So here we are, awards. Salvador gets player of the season. Signing of the season is Rubio, and he gets a young player of the season as well, which is nice. Diop's come in on the right hand side, which is impressive considering he's barely played there. Zivkovic is also not in there. Torrego is, which is again pretty interesting. Next season, Club Vision, what do they want? They want us to challenge for La Liga and reach the Champions League semi-finals, which, again, that's all they want. I can deal with that. I can definitely deal with that. It might not be as ambitious as I'd like, but it's a lot less pressure, and that's got to be quite good. Next season, what do we want to do? Challenge for the title? Yep, they're all fine with that. We've got a lot of deadwood to get rid of. In terms of the squad depth at the very least. Hopefully we can use that to reinvest, get some better players in to help us out when we need to, when we have injuries and suspensions. And then, as said, Mazzala, it's got to do something about the wings as well. We need a better backup potentially for Zivkovic. Although Torrego did all right, so maybe not. But maybe I think we need somebody on the wings. Maybe he can play as a striker as well. And then maybe Jordi or Ruano, one of them, will be politely shown the door, but definitely better in midfield, and then just better right back as well. Anyway, that is for not next time, because next time is going to be the World Cup. Colin Nicholson finishes third for the Golden Boot, that's in the Champions League, isn't it? Not overall. Dream Team, Luis and Corte in their award winners. Do we get anyone from this? Luis gets Defender of the Year, which is nice to see. We'll just go forwards and see the sort of financial stuff. Training facilities have been downgraded, but we don't really have the money to do much about that. We've got it quite a bit for the Champions League, but it would have been nice if we'd won it. That would have made things a bit better, but it's certainly going to tick up a little bit. Let's have a look at the old financials. Ruano has said he wants to leave for a new challenge, as he's felt he can achieve. It feels he's achieved everything he can. He's 30. He has been. On paper he should be amazing, but he's scored 1 goal all season. Now, yes, he's not been first choice, but you would think a player of his quality, when he was starting, and when he has been given time off the bench, you would think he would do something with that opportunity. He has not. Shots on target, 42% shots on target is terrible. To be honest, he's on quite a lot of money. The issue really is that he's club trained, which we don't have too many of. That's really the problem. For Champions League registration, I kind of need him, but he's valued at 50 million, £275,000 a week. He's wanted by Spurs. I kind of feel like we let him go. He's been so poor. That's money we could reinvest, but then it's not really money we can reinvest, is it? Because we only have 30% of transfer revenue made available. I don't know. I wish I could just sort of, why does he want it? Why is he insisting on talking now? Why can't I wait for this to happen? I'm gonna get Gordon to talk to him, see if I can get away. That's got him to just stop moaning now, because I don't want to have to offer him out. But if we get a bid for him from, it said Spurs were interested, then we'll certainly listen. I don't really want to sell him without having the transfer revenue retainment up a little bit. That's kind of the thing. Let's hope we're getting at the financial stuff here. That would be nice if we can. No, not yet. Bolocchi's back though, which is good. We've got a friendly against Australia in a few days' time as a World Cup warm-up, so I'm hoping we actually get the financials before that happens, and then of course there's the issue of Kai Havertz. I mean, if he wants to sign a new contract at considerably lower wages, then I'll renew it. But it doesn't look like he does. He still has a very inflated opinion of his own abilities. I mean, he's good. He has been good this season, but he's past his best. He's declined. He's slower. I wouldn't mind keeping him as the backup. Like, I want to keep him as the backup, but only if he's prepared to take a significant pay cut, which I will have a look. I don't think he's going to necessarily be interested in doing. 110,000 is actually, that's quite a big pay cut, isn't it? He's on 180, so okay, maybe we will then. Maybe we will, because then we don't have to, because we can't really afford to get too many other players in. Maybe we keep him as the backup, and then with Diop as the backup right winger, we only really need to get one Mazzala in, as well as a right back and a couple of defenders. That's probably sort of more financially sensible. If we can get this down, just get his wage down a little bit, then that would be quite good. I'll see if we can get. I'll settle for 90. 90. He wants 90. That's fine. Right, good. So he's cut his wage. He said he wanted a wage rise, but he's cut it down by half. That gives us a lot more wiggle room, and it means we still have an experienced player. We still have someone that knows how to win, and we only need to get one Mazzala in, which is probably a lot better. But now Pedro Luis wants a new contract. I mean, he has been brilliant, and he's on 25 grand a week. So, I mean, yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. This is probably going to use up all the money we've just got. Maybe not. He only wants to be a squad player. This is becoming contract negotiation central to this episode. He only wants 80 grand. Considering how good he's been, let's knock that down a little bit. But I'll happily take that. 70k. He's insisting on 80. Let's go 75. Nope. Okay. Well, I want to knock this down then, because if you're gonna insist on 80, he's insisting on 80. We'll just deal with that, because I don't want to get rid of him. Well, clearly we're just not going to get the financial information. I mean, that's helpful. I want the sponsorship payment just to sort this out. But anyway, I don't know. We'll mention it next time when we get to the World Cup. But there we go. It could have been better. It should have been better to lose the Champions League final to Real Madrid, to fail to win La Liga when it was in our hands for most of the season is disappointing. But at least we won the Copa del Rey. I guess that's something. Not ideal, but at least it's something. We go again next season, hopefully with some improvements to the squad, although we don't have too much money to spend for a club like Barcelona, but we'll see what we can do. A bit of wheelie dealing. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what happens next season, as we're going to keep this going. We've got a few more weeks at this point when this goes up. Probably about a month or so, 2 months until the new game comes out, maybe. So yeah, we can do a bit more of this. But thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support on the channel and things like that. And I will see you next time.